We are live.
Hey, hey, everybody out there in TV land. I am your ghost host with the most during the daytime. You guys know me as many things, but the name is Krista Joy. I am here for some great bracket action live in time here on the Z1R randomizer channel. I am joined by someone who's doing double duty to make this happen. The living legend, Alsoa, is here. Alsoa, how are you?
I am fantastic. I am looking forward to seeing a nice, lovely fun race that totally won't be Oops All Dungeons. It totally won't be. Definitely not.
No, I believe in 5 live action for everyone. You cannot have a random force game without a fiver. And these runners deserve to have their brains picked and hope for the best. So right now, this is going to be a matchup between our 12th seed JP and our 53rd seed digshake, and that's Mr. Z2 for those of you who know. And I love watching other communities coming together for this great community also, because I know you also from Z3.
Yep.
So yes.
This will be. Oh, hi. That's a ladder. So Z2 is Z2.
Yep, and this is Z1 action right now.
So the early ladder is gonna make the coast item basically free.
Yeah, so it looks like we have a $27 maybe medium prize, I'm thinking.
Yeah, that would be the medium secret. The medium rolls anywhere from 25 to 40, the small is 1 to 20, and then the large is 50 to 150. And there
so
sorry, go ahead.
No, absolutely, you go ahead.
So we find a hint shop. We can't get the hints because we need the book to understand what the people are saying. They're all just going to say your ad here until we buy the advertisement book, and then we put the ad in the book. And then we put the ad in there, and then we pay money to get advertised what's in there.
Yeah, plus those hints weren't, you had one $13 hint, and that 46 is kind of expensive for a hint. And we have instant combat. Also, you see that on the coast?
The wand is one of the best items to find early.
Yes, that means you get to attack everything ASAP. There are some enemies that you really can't do the wand strap for, but everything else is wandable, and you love to see it.
This is kind of one of those cases where sword starts to become a formality to kill Ganon.
Yeah, it pretty is. We get the bomb drop for digshake, and that's going to come in handy. We do have a couple of checks that can be bombed right now.
Candle purchase here for JP. We'll see digshake probably make the same purchase in the near future. But first you got to get up there.
Yeah, absolutely. So far, the large secret, not so good, but it does meet the requirement for being enough to buy that blue candle, which is so very important for finding overworld checks in the woods. So I wholeheartedly agree with that.
Yeah, digshake might actually be in a little bit of trouble because that door repair put him below the amount needed to buy the candle.
He's going to have to hope that the octos, those red octos, do drop something so he can get that blue candle.
There might have also been a mid-secret nearby, which would be enough. digshake ignoring the forced fiver. Oh, gets another door repair.
Well, that's the kiss of death for this purchase. So we're going to need to earn some extra bucks, because that candle is not reasonably priced. That's pretty high up. So it's 27. I don't think that's gonna be enough, and it isn't. Oh.
This is one of those rare cases where having gotten the bomb pack is actually slowing one of the runners down. That almost never happens.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. 2 hits of the muggers for digshake right now, and we have to earn that money. So I would go on a murderizing spree to take out all enemies and hope they drop rupees. So that way, because this is kind of out of the way for that blue candle, just to make sure I get it. Also, Lionels are in the dungeons, and that is just a bad feeling all around.
Especially when it's level 8, which is one of your larger levels. However, I think JP is going to look to try to get into the staircase. The Lionels do go down quick, which is good. In fact, they rolled minimum. There's a letter. Digshake is going to elect not to pick it up. And we do see some runners do that. They skip the letter, either saying they're going to get the free potion out of the Take Any Cave, or they're just not going to go for a potion at all. Heart container for JP in the stair.
Yeah, so I was looking, looked like some keys are kind of on the expensive side in that store. And that also is not a good feeling, even though if you can luck out and find a level where you can get surplus keys or get the magic key, then you're in good shape. But, ooh, this is looking like a costly kind of seed.
Yeah. JP is elected to leave level 8 with just the heart container. Which, given you don't have a sword to deal with the wish robes which are in there, which means Lionels and wish robes are in the same enemy set, which is just terrible.
Yeah, blue Wizzies and blue Lionels, those are not what you want to see. Also, you don't want to see triple-digit costing keys in the stores. And
So, JP down to 0 monies. Digshake is going to do a couple of spots here on Death Mountain. Looking still for the sword. And JP finds level 2.
Okay, that's actually doable. That's doable, unless there's a hard ladder block, but the enemy set is already very sus with red Lionels in the wild there.
Well, the runners do
early troll force.
The runners do have the ladder, so a ladder block won't be a thing. Well, it's segmented. And do you really want to spend 6 bombs right now on the dongos? It looks like JP is going to say yes.
Heck yeah, man. You got to go after the dongers. And show them who's boss.
Digshake has found level 7. Not the ideal level to find, but one you can certainly do. It is a level that exists. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's right. You do have a... You know, I had a brain fart and forgot about the ladder, but it's segmented too, which kind of hurts.
And to be fair, normally you don't ever have the ladder this early, so... we got wish robes. Oh boy. This is interesting.
And JP trying to bomb, hoping to find the golden goose, wasn't there. And being bombless right now is not exactly a good feeling. So,
especially given level 2 normally is supposed to not have the map behind the magic bomb wall, but in this case it absolutely is going to have the map behind the magic bomb wall.
Yes, indeed.
So we don't know when JP is going to go back to 2 at this point.
Not anytime soon, unless the Moblin enemies can drop, because Moblins can drop bombs. So maybe take on a couple of moblins, see what they actually drop, if anything.
Like the
Those blue ones didn't.
No drops. Sometimes the game forgets they can drop bombs.
Yeah, and it's like, my dude, come on, I am bombless here. But $11 bombs is promising.
Yes.
So it could be a lot worse. It could be a lot worse.
JP has found level 4.
And digshake has found mags.
Well, we're going to need at least 7 more hearts to try to get that. And likely, given the way this game likes to be... Well, actually, it might be 11. That's not a great room to find now that you've gotten a heart container.
Yeah, if you had 3 hearts, you could be a zombie man. But, unfortunately, that would be a loss. But... And the only other option is a bomb. A full perma bomb, and that is also an awful, awful, awful thing.
Digshake has found level 1. Level 4 is segmented, which isn't too terribly surprising. Usually, dungeons like to be segmented in clusters, especially when you have the start room on the bottom of the map.
And digshake lucking out and getting a stopwatch, so that way he can take on our favorite enemies, which are the bunnies.
The bunnies rolled down too.
Yeah, they weren't that difficult.
There's a Triforce in level 4 for JP. Digshake is going to spend the key to go deeper into 1. Looks like it's just a push block room. JP is going to go back into 4. Compass and potentially an item here in level 1.
Yep, let's see what we got.
Oh, it's the any key.
Oh, that is fantastic of a find.
That's kind of what you want to see if you're digshake.
Absolutely. Now we have no issues with the doors on digshake's side. Also, unfortunately, even though the mugger was asking for bomb or heart, if by the wills of the lords of Hyrule, they have a key needed, it's easier just to toss those keys away because you've got, the magic key. So you love to see that early.
So, unfortunately, all of the muggers are going to require the same thing. They will all require either a heart or a bomb.
Oh, and that is going to be awful.
Oh, here's level 9.
On JP side,
what do we need?
How many Doritos?
6!
6 Doritos. Well, it's not a blessed 5 Dorito seed, which is usually what I hope for, but 6 is also pretty good, and it makes you have to gamble.
I don't see very many people complaining, oh, I need to get 6, because 6 you still... Like you're saying, you still have to gamble, but it's not the full Gamble-matic 9000 that you sometimes get with 5.
Yeah. See, I'm a person that believes in the gambler. So, 5 is always blessed. I'm also a banana sewer, so, you could take my advice. Oh, we're going back for that
the candle.
Blue candle. Yay!
And JP has found a level 1. Now, if you get a bomb upgrade, it makes giving up the permanent bomb capacity a much less painful thing.
Yeah. If it's affordable, because our runners are really kind of money starved.
Yes. And now in this game, it'll be 125 for 2.
Ooh, that's cruel also, and I love it. Maximum cost for minimum payout. Oh, that is awful.
The real question is, what kind of chain reaction are we getting yet? Because we've had a couple chain reaction seeds already over the course of this tournament. Actually, quite a few. You find level 5 for digshake. Very much Pepto Pink.
Yes. And imagine being so cash poor you have to rush the 5 rupees sitting in the middle.
Yeah. It's not ideal. Oh, we got a problem on JP's side.
Did I see what I think I saw?
JP's key blocked.
No. So $99 for Le Bomb upgrade also. It could be worse, but we don't know how many bombs we're going to get in that upgrade. So
yeah, we may never see that bomb upgrade.
No.
Well, I mean, we'll but we'll never see it purchased.
Yeah, because our runners are legit ready to take out a second mortgage loan just to function here. And the levels aren't being too kind either.
No. Well, right now, again, the big problem JP has is JP doesn't have a key to get into level 1 to get that ending key, and we don't know what the second item is either.
No. So that gives us something to ponder on. Oh.
JP is about to find the sword.
Yes, in just a moment.
Which, granted, not having a sword has not been a factor in speed right now because things have just been so plentiful.
Yeah. We have our first Patra.
Patra's a terrible roommate.
It is, but you know, they make things interesting. You know, it gets the blood pumping early in the day, as this is kind of an early day game. So, you know, you love to see Patra. The only thing you don't love to see is the BMOs blasting you into oblivion, because Digshake is on diet life right now.
Yep, but does succeed, gets a heart and a compass, telling him the Triforce is in this room right here. We could have a super room.
Oh, here we go.
It's a transport.
No!
Digshake's gonna look a little more, and I honestly agree with this decision to go ahead and just keep digging a little bit, see what you can get. Ooh, silver arrows are the white sword item.
Okay, we know it's not 4 hearts, but it could be 5, which Digshake has. So if Digshake finds a heart container in 5, then you know he's got it, because that's the 6 max. So let's go.
Plus, we know we're not going to have to dig 9 for items. 9 is inherently going to be quicker.
Yes, it will be. And depending upon how big our 7 and 8 is, maybe we might even look out and have a tiny 9. So you just got to keep your fingers crossed and do a whole lot of praying if you're the runners.
Tiny 9s are kind of interesting because on the one hand, they can be nice if you just need to find Ganon and Zelda, but the downside to a tiny 9 is it's oftentimes harder to move around than a tiny 9.
Ah.
Digshake finding a bunch of keys in this level 5. If JP can get their way over here, that might give them the keys necessary to go back to 1.
Yeah.
There's a Goma that blocks nothing. Okay.
But he was crawling over the $5. So, you know, it gotta make him feel good about himself.
And we get a nice super room in level 5, having both the heart container and the power bracelet. This will guarantee Digshake to pick up those silver arrows. Now,
definitely.
I don't recall if Digshake has seen level 9 yet. However, Digshake knows that you need at least 5 Triforces, so there's no reason not to pick this up, especially because you've already cleared the room. You know you can just run in, grab it, and leave.
Absolutely. And, you know, getting the croissant does open a couple of push checks. So, you know, not a bad item to find. And once... Because has Digshake found the white sword location? I don't believe so yet. So once... Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, once Digshake finds that white sword location, you know he's going to grab silver. So at this point, we have the basics. If you can handle low heart Ganon with a green mail, you get the bow, you've got silvers, and you've got the any key. So for the most part, you're looking pretty good.
Well, you might need a bow. It's kind of hard to stab.
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. The bow, the silver, and then you've already got the ladder. So that's pretty much all you need for 9, unless there is a dig dogger block somewhere. Then you need your Sandy's tutor to come bail you out. But overall, this is a really solid start. Solid start seed for the most part.
Yeah. And I do apologize. I missed what allowed Digshake to leave 1, but I'm going to guess it was some combination of bomb and key blocks. No, not key blocks. Recorder blocks. I apologize. Could have been a dig doctor in there. Small secret is 8. I think
27.
Yeah, 27 for the mid, and then 58 for the large. So money is bad.
Yeah. It's a poverty seed. This is not good. But, you have silver, so you don't have to worry about the arrow purchase at all.
And Bo's going to be outside of 9, so when you go into 9, you're just looking for Ganon and Zelda. Both runners have actually been doing pretty good about keeping the bomb counts up.
Yeah. Hopefully you don't have too many muggers out there in the dungeons that are going to take said bombs, because you do want to have a few bombs to be able to traverse 9 with. So
I mean, you can always beat a seed on 5 bombs. You just don't want to.
Yeah, but if we can get $99 or for Digshake or for JP, you can get that bomb upgrade, which would mitigate that. So we don't know what's going to happen. We haven't seen another bomb upgrade vendor yet in the dungeons, but we also haven't really traversed them that well, to be truthful.
And we know that at least one of the bomb vendors is going to be in. It could be in level 5, but I think it's much more likely that it's in level 7 at this point, as I believe we have seen the all the old men in 5. But JP on 1 key, not going to be able to go into 5 very deep without spending it, and does not want to spend it right now. Probably looking to spend it more so into getting into level 1.
Yeah, and that would absolutely be the right move, as that will give him access to the magical key. So I can understand wanting to hold on to that key like it was the chosen key.
I mean, it may just be the chosen key.
Yes, it is the chosen key. Also, Digshake running on Diet Life.
Gonna like to up A and go back to start. Level 1 was over by Vanilla start in the Gamble Den. That is 1 to the left of the Wood Sword Cave. That is the Vanilla Wood Sword Cave. Because our Wood Sword in this seed was at Death Argos. And Merry Christmas to Digshake, the Double Bomb Delight.
Yeah, you love to see it, especially when 1 would not have been enough to get you back up. But finding an unlucky mugger right there, taking what little money he has. And
another bomb drop. JP is going back to 1. We know that this is going to be a good decision overall, as it will solve the key issues for the whole seed.
Yes, it will.
But Digshake is going to get a little bit of an exploration advantage here by being able to check some of these power bracelet spots that JP could not. And here Digshake is going to get the knowledge about 9 and is going to be happy to have picked up that Triforce out of 5.
Absolutely. And Digshake does know where the other levels are, because he was in them and just had to dip out of them. So we can go back to those and take them out.
Well, Digshake doesn't quite know where 4 is. It's about to find that. There's actually a very logical argument to say just go dig the 6 dungeons that you know where they are. And if you don't have a bow at the end of it, then go look for 3 and 6. Let's see what Digshake wants to do here. Digshake is going to pay the heart, having already picked up the silvers. Now this could be important.
Not a bad decision. Not a bad decision.
No, not at all. And if Bo is here in 4 behind that mugger room, Digshake's going to be flying. Any key?
Oh, yeah.
So the levels that are... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just about to segue something to you also.
So the only levels that we're missing at the moment are 3 and 6, and we may honestly never see where either of those are. There's a Triforce for Digshake. We're gonna see. Let's see if Digshake elects to go back in. I kind of expect that he will, based on the fact that 4 is generally a pretty small dungeon, and oftentimes is a non-intrusive thing. Yep, there we go.
Yeah, I can't see why he wouldn't either. He's already cleaned out the mugger there. So you definitely go back there, dig it out. You've got the magic key. You know, no reason for you not to. You've got everything you need.
Our container in level 1 is huge for JP. Now this Gleok might have been what chased Digshake out of level 1, saying, okay, I'm just going to come back later. Oh, and the red ring is behind the mugger in 4. That'll send Digshake back to 1.
Yep, we're going back.
And it sounds like we're getting indication that level 1 had 2 heart containers in it. Oh, interesting. Digshake.
Yeah.
If Digshake got the double heart out of 1, or at least knows about it, then maybe we don't see Digshake go back to 1.
I don't think Digshake got that far. I think he got one of the 2, but I don't think he got the second one.
In any case,
but it's
sorry, go ahead.
Possible. It's possible to dip it because ones are usually kind of sort of small to go back in there and see, you know, if it's not bow locked in anywhere. But other than that, it's an easy Triforce to grab. So I can see him going back. And we have found 2 on Digshake's side.
And that actually will be Digshake's 6th dungeon, because I believe he's seen level 8. So Digshake will probably go ahead and dig this too, as JP is headed back to 4. Now if JP elects to pay the mugger here, he will be very well rewarded with a, what's it called? A red ring.
Yeah, so it's all a matter of just persistence. And here we go.
The dongos for Digshake. Gonna go ahead and do the bomb strategy. Now, we know we're playing Find the Magic Bomb Wall in here.
Alright, transport room. And JP will probably, when he gets... I think he's gotten to the mugger already.
JP has seen it, but has not paid it. But probably trying not to pay it if at all possible, until the heart container shows up. Then it kind of forces your hand.
Yeah. I mean, that's more than enough to sacrifice 1 heart to the mugger. That's where we're going right now. No, going...
Oh, and Recorder in level 2. That is probably the best thing Digshake could have found, actually.
Yeah, that handles any, oops. Our friend, the tutor, the tutor block.
Yep. And full caveat, the bow would have been the best item. However, for the non-bow items, Recorder was one of the best case scenarios. It opens the most spots of live stream. smoothly move around. And as you mentioned, it allows us to deal with recorder blocks.
Yes. Plus, you get the protection of just Sandy. I mean, you get to be just Sandy. And who doesn't want that? That is absolute protection.
See, as much as I would agree, I've had to play enough Just Sandy Seeds to know that sometimes that is a double-edged sword.
Well, you know, you can never look at it that way. Chat, please, Pokey.
So JP's not going to clear the Gleeok, which means he's not going to get the red ring on this first try. Might go back with a little extra health though.
All right.
And digshake coming into level 8.
All right, here's the battle. And yes, we're going to see red ring action for JP in just a moment. Heart container for digshake.
JP's being very careful about the positioning with this Gleeok. If you're going to take a hit from the attached head because it deals 3/8 of a heart of damage. It's the only enemy in the game that does that. The detached heads deal a heart.
Well, when you get hit by both, that takes away your heart in a GG type moment. GG Gleeok, and you hate to see it if you're the player because that means you got to start all over again.
Yep.
Right.
Here's
round 2.
Round 2. Digshake found a transport and 8. Elected to go ahead and take it. Remember that Gleeok's hitbox is skewed to the right. Also, if this Goma doesn't lead to anything, then we don't actually particularly care what's behind it.
Come on, digshake, you can do it. And JP does do it. There we go.
JP with a red ring in hand is done in level 4. Probably going to go back to... I'd actually just go back to level 1 and get that Triforce.
Yeah.
Hi, Patra.
And see, this is when you like to have that red ring, because this is not the best room for Patra, and digshake made it look easy.
Yeah, an absolutely flawless victory out of digshake. And now we get Moldorus.
Hey, I like those guys, you know. We get the map.
Ooh, that's pretty big.
That is a very salty man, probably had to go through 8, and that's why he looks that way. So 8 is just reflecting what it means to play 8. And this seed has got a lot of our Gleeok friends also.
Oh, this is fine. I mean, Gleeoks are only blocked by combat, so at least it's not heavily recorded blocked. I'm waiting for our friend Dig Dogger. Also, Louisy's trying to guard the Triforce, but not doing a good job of it. Let's see what digshake elects to do here. Gonna leave 8. Saying, I got smaller dungeons I can go dig. I'm gonna go dig the smaller dungeons and come back to 8 if I have to. With the recorder in hand, that is an easier decision to make.
Yeah, because you can always warp back over here.
You just, at this point, because you've got 6 dungeons known, you kind of have to balance how much time do I want to spend digging this dungeon versus how much time do I want to spend looking for more dungeons on the overworld.
Yeah, I would be going for looking for more myself. You know, but if I'm playing casually, I'm going back into 8 and showing that level who's boss.
And to be fair, 8 could also be double boomerangs.
That's all the more reason for me to dip it. I'm a banana sword. Let's go. I would dip it just for the boobies.
What happens when level 8 is the boss? When level 8 is the boss, that's when you get the legendary 8-headed Gleeok.
Ooh. That just sounds like an adventure. And that's an adventure I would gladly take for the boomies. I will go with a level 8 boss if it meant getting my bloomerang. Also, digshake getting another heart container to replace the one that was taken.
JP back in level 5.
Still too poor for the bomb upgrade. We'll never see it.
Yeah, I don't have much hope on that. We might, maybe in level 7, but...
digshake might get it, but I'm probably no. But we can hope. We can have hope.
We can always have hope.
Yes! It's just when a mugger room kind of sort of takes away all your hope. I was like, no bombs for you.
No bombs, no hearts. Just do the seed on 1 heart and 5 bombs max.
I would love to see somebody do that. I would love to see it. Also, you game, I trust in your Zelda-ing abilities.
Well, there is this slight problem where I have a tendency to run into things, and on 1 heart, that's really bad.
It just means a no touchy seed. Just tell them, put on your best repellent, and then you've got it. Also,
JP still...
Chat.
Go ahead.
Chat, where do you think the bow is hiding? And let's see if Chat has any gigabrain ideas. But, Hyrule. I gotta walk into that.
We've got suggestions of level 8, level 7, level 6, Hyrule, and the legendary level 10 hiding in there with the force.
Yes, you know what? Yes. I'm gonna put my shekels on level 10 just because it is memeing hard. I'll even go deeper and say 12, which is not even in here.
Level 12? Man, we've already got the hook shot and the flippers in order to get into there. So maybe we'll get the Megaton Hammer with it.
Yes, exactly. It's a water temple, okay? It's hiding in the water temple of OOT. And I say go for it. I hate that level, but the dream right now.
I'm seeing I'm also seeing the suggestion of bow in boomerang blocked level 3, which
yes. Yes.
See,
we'll make a banana block. We'll make it happen. Just because the bananasaurs need to have something to put our belief in.
Digshake is in level 6, finds another mugger and gives up another heart, but was wondering that's okay. And immediate shoot room, making the mugger completely useless.
See, also a chat understands. We need banana required blocks. See, we need it.
I'm still waiting for an option in the advanced tab to have Wall Master shoot Wiz Robes shoot Wall Masters. Not Wall Masters shoot Wiz Robes, that'd be terrible.
That would be amazing, Out of the wall comes out a whole bunch of Wiz Robes. Oh, that would be horrible. And it would be fun.
JP has found another stair in 5. I think this is the other end of the transport. Because we know that the power bracelet was in a super room. Digshake's still digging. Oh, I'm seeing a suggestion of having the boomerangs be required for the meat block.
Hey, we have enough money now on JP's side to get the bomb upgrade, the sacred bomb upgrade.
We'll see if JP goes back for it. Is gonna find the item and the heart container for 5 here.
Yep. Finds the croissant. Oh.
Digshake is still looking for this item in 6. Knows it's gonna be in a stair room. This is a pretty big 6 so far. Oh, and gets super deep only for a bomb pack. Triforce at a level 5 for JP. Both runners on 4 Triforces.
Yeah.
The main difference being JP's gotten the Triforce out of level 1, where Digshake has gotten the Triforce out of level 8.
Yeah. We know Triforce is easily accessible in 1, so but this 6 is just awful, and it's big.
Yeah. Now, of course, if it has the bow, then that's great news for Digshake. JP is going to go into level 8.
And to answer chat, we do not want the muggers to take the bananas. Come on, you're going to have a banana uprising. You're going to have a banana uprising. We must protect the bananas. Also, Digshake running on, not pleasant life.
And that 5x2 room can be a push block. So we gotta keep an eye on that. However, this can also be a push block, and this is much easier to clear. And given we've already found the transport, we know whatever stair we find is gonna be the item unless it's like a single one-off. Hold on, here we go.
Here we go.
Item is the bow in 6!
The bow! Oh man, this is huge! Now Digshake is, for all intents and purposes, in go mode. Even though we want him in blessed mode with a banana, but that's not gonna happen. This is awesome.
Yeah, I think if you're Digshake here, you go ahead and get this Triforce out of 6, then you immediately go to 1, get its Triforce, and then just go to 9.
Yeah, that's it. You're done. Let's go.
Now, I don't know if we've seen where the Triforce is in 6 yet.
Not yet. But thank goodness for that red ring, able to tank those BMO's hits.
Yep. And here's the other thing, too, that makes this a little scary for JP is JP knows that the bow has to be out there somewhere, but he's probably not going to be wanting to really dig 6.
No, not too many people love 6 enough to want to explore it to the depth that Digshake did. So this was a gambler that did really pay off for him, but he's on diet life right now.
Yeah.
And he's kind of deep.
Gotta be careful
into this.
So Digshake seems to have a very specific direction he's going. So maybe he saw the Triforce and he just missed it.
Okay, a little bit better off. I would have taken the other heart just because, but he knew that the Triforce is there. So we are speed running our little selves over to 1 ASAP.
And 1 is right next to 9. So like, if your options are dig 1 or dig 7, I think you're gonna go dig 1 for the Triforce.
Yeah, 100%. No reason why not.
JP's got the Triforce out of 8. We'll see if JP elects to go look for level 6, or if JP says I'm going to go dig 8. Potentially could dig 7, too. JP's going back in.
Oh.
So, the best case scenario for JP here is, like, White Sword and Book. Anything that isn't that is just gonna be, it's just really gonna hurt JP.
Yeah.
Digshake can finally use arrows on these poor boys.
Yes, this is what we call asserting dominance over the bunnies. Oh, yes. Okay. Digshake should know where the Triforce is.
Yeah, he's got the compass. I did just do a check of Digshake's audio, and it looks like it will not be useful.
Ah. That does happen. Okay, here we go.
Round 2 of Digshake versus the Gleeok, but with 7 hearts and a red ring, yeah, you can kind of just take it.
Yeah, you just...
Oh,
This is a war of attrition.
There was a white sword on the floor there for a frame. That is the glitched white sword that can happen if you... Basically, you just overload the game's amount of sprites. To where you basically spawn an old man on a river in a room with a four-headed Gleeok that has water, and then you kill the old man and it turns into a white sword for a frame, and apparently you can pick up that white sword. I don't think there was an intent to try to do that. It was just interesting to see that white sword on the floor for a frame. We are in level 9 on Digshake's site. As mentioned, the audio did not appear to be usable, so it looks like we are going to just have to rely on Digshake doing things. That's it. Looks like he's found Ganon.
Yep, and when you're in level 9, what are we looking for, Alsoa?
So, we're listening for a Roar of Ganon, because while Ganon was really good at making his walls bomb-proof, soundproofing was not part of his budget. And the other thing we're looking for is a single shutter door room, where the shutter door either opens immediately if you've killed Ganon, or does not open after you kill all the enemies if Ganon is still alive, as that will indicate the location of Zelda.
That's absolutely right. And you guys know exactly what Ganon's roar sounds like. We can make our own Ganon noises. Yes, chat, we can make our own Ganon noises. You know, just use your imagination.
And to answer your question in chat, we did see the white sword show up for a single frame on Digshake's side, killing the Gleeok, but did not pick up that white sword. It's one of those things that, like, it's really hard to actually try to deliberately do, it seems. Because you have to have so many things go perfectly right in order for that to happen.
Well, you know, the roar kind of sounds like when he goes, boom, boom, boom. It kind of sounds like that. It's a canonically correct roar, okay, guys? So, you know, it's absolutely 100% the roar. Just put that in your head and...
Look at this little nubbin in 9 that we started.
That looks like a really bad Space Invader.
Oh dear. Raft for JP in 8. That is the first item we have seen.
Yes, Bogey. that was the Ganon roar. Absolutely. 100%. So, and that raft may take JP further and further away from 6, because if you follow the logic behind the raft, you're going to check those 2 checks. But we know that it is in a dungeon, so he may be thinking,
oh,
6 is behind the raft.
There's another issue that JP has. 6 is under the recorder spot, and JP does not have the recorder.
That's right, he took the Triforce and bounced from 2. Uh-oh.
Banana! The first boomerang has been found at level 9.
Okay, will this be the dream of a double banana 9? This would be absolutely amazing. And also, Digshake's on Bomb 0.
Yeah, being on Bomb 0 is not great, generally speaking.
The room just tossed him a bone, but, you know, go back to 5 by the upgrade. Chat, please. Alright, keep your fingers crossed, chat.
Yeah.
To see if we have both bananas in 9, because that is the dream of all dreams.
Honestly, I would be okay with that, because that increases the likelihood that the book with the white sword is here in level 8 to give JP something. Even though it's gonna... JP's pretty much gonna have to go immediately to 6 and get the Triforce out of it quickly. bomb drop for digshake is quite good here. Although if both bananas are a 9, they might be required to go get a banana split. Hold on, we have a Ganon! Ganon in a boat room. JP's window is now even smaller. Gotta get 15 hits with this white sword. Zelda might also be next door. And digshake does have a potion. Yeah, we have not been able to use digshake's audio, and I cannot attempt to do a Ganon properly. I would end up doing some kind of death metal quacking. Whack. Whack. Something like that. Alright, JP has seen the vast majority of this 8 and is now leaving. I did not catch what the other item was if JP saw it.
We need more Ganon roars? What?
Oh, Ganon is dead now, so we can't do more roars. I think. Wait, they want us both to do our roars at the same time as we find a compass.
Alright, so we know that Zelda is chilling one room up, which he's not gonna get to from this way. Why do you want me to say the Cadbury Bunny? Chat. It's mouth, mouth. And, you know, there you go. That should be a Ganon roar, you know? Just have Ganon going, mouth. So, yeah, this is exactly what chat wants. They want chaos.
Yes. And for those just joining us, the main difference maker right now is that digshake ended up choosing to dig the item out of 2, which got him the recorder, which was needed to get to level 6 for the bow. Furthermore, digshake elected not to dig the items out of level 8 because he already had the recorder by the time he got the Triforce out of there.
What is PG? What is PG? I really don't know. Right now. So, I have no idea what PG is. You know, the comm team here, we have...
Well, hold on. We got digshake finding the path to Zelda. Finishing with an official time of 51:46.
Sub 60. That is really fast.
Oh, yeah. And that means digshake will be moving on to the round of 32.
And this is an upset, Alsoa.
I will say yes, by seeding. However, one thing that I've noticed is that like the entirety of the top 64 is so strong in this tournament that
yeah, that's true.
Everybody is kind of a contender for this thing, it seems like.
Yeah, that's very true. The Hyrule bracket is stacked. And JP's still trying to find... I think JP would probably dig 7, and gamble on silvers being a 9. That's the only thing I can see right now because we know he can't access 6.
Well, JP has the silvers, needs the bow, and the bow can't be a 9, so that's part of what's leading JP to go look for what I think is level 3. On the assumption that level... What's it called? Level 6... No, level 2, he doesn't want to be able to bomb all it.
I meant to say, get the book in 9. Sorry, brain is fried.
Yeah, that could work, actually.
So, yeah, Diggs, get the Triforce in 7, Gambler on 9, having the book to a hint, and hopefully the hint gives that 6 would be behind the recorder, which would force him to go back to 2. That's the only thing I can possibly think of as an out for JP.
And JP's just now getting a bomb pack, which is needed for 2.
Yeah. And this was kind of feels bad, man.
It's just one of those cases where, because the game, it's weird, because normally the map in 2 isn't behind a magic bomb wall. In this case, either you got a pirouette at either it's assumed you can pirouette at the entrance, which given where 2 is, you probably can, or the map in 2 just spawns in a terrible location, and that's led to basically being magic bomb wall blocking at the map and the item, which in this case was the recorder. Not gonna find a level up here, I don't think.
No.
Nothing there.
Imagine the tutor being what is the best item in this game today, because that is what opened the way for you to be able to defeat Ganon.
Yeah. And it's just one of those things that you kind of can't predict when you're going to get that, so you just have to deal with something that shows up. I'm not sure if Digshake will be joining us. But we will at least stick around to see JP finish this out, and or at some point there will be a cane that comes by to yank me off stage. I don't know which of those two is going to happen first. I would like to say JP finishing first because JP has just got to get back to 2. And actually looking at the schedule, we do have another race coming up here, but that's at 5:30 Eastern, so we definitely will have time to watch JP finish this out.
Yeah.
JP is now going to head over to Death Mountain. You know, I'm not convinced 3 is accessible without the recorder.
I think it is as well, because there are a couple of places, I believe in West Death Mountain, that we didn't check yet.
That would certainly do it.
Okay. Yeah, because we're heading towards that direction.
Yep. I'm being directed that there is to be no math. I disagree with that rule.
No math! Chat,
I mean, we didn't get Alsoa math today, so we're stuck with real math.
Yes, exactly. We need more math. We need more math and more math. You know, you gotta keep thinking, even when your brain says I've thunk. So it's
because as we know, math is fundamental.
Yeah.
These levers just not giving JP any room to breathe.
Nope. All right.
Nothing here.
Yeah, and we don't have the book to translate the hints.
we don't know where that book is because we're also still missing an item in 7, and that's the other thing. JP could elect to go dig 7 looking for the item. Given that 2 is pretty well magic bomb walled.
And look at all these hearts for JP right now.
All up on the Death Mountain.
Yeah, that's an ugly placement for them. It literally forces you to do it.
Oh, we're getting the clip. You can get knocked forward past the trigger to go down the cave, and then you walk down the cave from on top of the mountain.
And at this point, I think you're right. They are digging for 3.
Which, to be fair, if you got to choose between 3 or 7, assuming that you've written 2 off as nothing, then you go to 3. And even then, if you don't want to play Find the Magic Bomb Wall in 2, which, to be fair, Find the Magic Bomb Wall is a terrible game show.
It is, but yeah, here's 7. Understandable move. It's your 6th dungeon, and I think honestly, just hoping and gambling that book is in 9 or somewhere to tell you. Well, no, yeah, that way you can access hints, and then you can get the hint about the bow.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of at this point.
JP would very much like for the bow to be here at 7. As if the bow's here in 7, then JP can just go to 9, but we know it's not. We know it's in 6.
Yeah.
But we are going to see more of the 7.
Now, what JP does not want to see is a red candle.
No.
That is... Because that's still out in a while.
Are we seeing it? We're seeing it! It's +3.
Okay, 3 for 99 bucks is better than 2 for 125, also, which is what you were thinking.
Yeah.
Whew.
Now we know the item in 7 is going to be a floor drop because we saw her container in the stair.
Yeah. I'm still...
You gotta clear this room because this can be a drop in 7.
It dropped the key, but that don't really help anybody.
You know, this will probably be the other end of the transport. Oh, it's nothing. Okay.
Phew.
JP back to start.
Yeah, this is an ugly 7. Real ugly. And back to bunny fighting.
Yeah, well, there is a shutter door to the north JP would like to go through.
Yeah. I would have picked up that heart. I would have picked up that heart.
So JP is looking for 2 floor drops. One of them will be the Triforce, the other one will be the egg. The book would be the best case scenario.
Yeah, that's all I can think of is...
JP is going to go back and get the compass.
Okay. At least that gives us Triforce info. We're gonna bomb up here.
Yeah. And with how
get rejected.
with how deep that Triforce is, you're probably going to end up seeing the item.
Which would be the best case scenario.
Yeah. But honestly, I don't think JP leaves the 7 without seeing the item. And the reason I don't think that happens is there's, at this point for JP, you have no reason to leave this item behind. And it's the red candle!
That's what I said he didn't want to find! No! Also, we are in dangerous territory. Okay, JP does pop open the bottle there for the vitamins.
And now is going to go ahead and fight the Gleeok.
Because technically, the red candle is in 7, so you can say it's French vanilla-ish. Yep. But oh man, that is bad.
Now let's see where JP goes from here.
All we can hope is that he goes to 2. Or he goes to... But I have a feeling it's 9.
I mean, at that point, you're deliberately going to 9 to look for a bow. I don't like that play at all. 2 makes more sense, and that looks like where JP's headed is 2.
Yeah, 2 is the better decision. And that's where he will get his tutor, which is exactly what we needed.
Yep. Problem, of course, is you gotta bomb your way out of wherever the magic bomb wall is.
Okay, just take out the dongos.
I would like to see a map of this too. There it is.
Okay.
There's the bomb wall. This is going to take you to the recorder.
Yep. Which is exactly what JP wants to see.
And at this point, JP knows it's got to be the recorder in here. There's the map. Let's see it. Yep, that was magic bomb wall blocked. But JP is going to go into the slower portion of 2. So it's going to take a little longer to get to the recorder than digshake did. JP does not want a single bomb or having to dodge 8 blue wizards.
No. No.
That math ain't worth it. We're gonna see some more blue wizards get killed here because JP is gonna clear the room saying, well, this could be a trap. And it can. It was a compass.
Yep, not what JP was hoping for.
Yeah, JP really wants to see this item in 2.
Yeah, and digshake did have a little bit better routing of this.
And truth be told, digshake was kind of a couple steps ahead of JP throughout the whole seed. Just in particular, 2 and 8 were 2 places where digshake saved a ton of time.
Yeah, skipping the items in 8, you know, as you said, if you direly have to come back to 8, then you do it. But otherwise, once you get the Triforce, you leave and then go dig some of the smaller dungeons and hope you can find what you need to find. And now we're going to see those recorder checks for JP, which means eventually he will find 6.
Yep. Question is, will JP find 3 first? Or will JP elect to not even dig 6 when he finds it and say, nope, I'm gonna go look at 3 first?
Ooh. Oh, why did you bring up that option? You know, for the heck of it at this point, might as well go check and see if you can get mags.
Yeah, on 12 hearts, you got a 60% chance. It's a good combat upgrade.
We're gonna get the push check here.
Does not find level 3.
Nope.
Anytime JP does not find level 3 is time that is not going to be spent taking level 3.
You are so right on that. Alright. Whistle check here. Nada.
Now we're going to see this power bracelet spot.
Get dropped.
Now we're going to the Deadwoods to check those spots. Level 3 has been found.
3 first. This is gonna take him further away. Because you know he's gonna seek the item here.
Yep. I mean, book at this point doesn't help much. It helps at 9, but it doesn't help you find the bow because you know bow's at 6.
Yep, you absolutely know. But JP doesn't yet. And and hopefully it's not a wacky 3. It's something where he can find the item right away. That Triforce is right away. Ooh.
Yay, it's an early Triforce. But no item here.
No.
Oh, takes a double bop. Gotta be careful about those.
Yeah. Oh dear.
There's a pretty good chance. I mean, JP is probably going to end up with full item knowledge in the seed. I don't think JP is going to see every item because I don't think he's going to see the 2 items at 9.
No. And see, this is unfortunate having to face the bunnies. You know, our rabbit friends. Hoping for an item here. Come on, cooperate, buddy.
Yeah. Nothing in here.
Nope. Potential here.
Let's go down. It is push block.
Okay.
It is.
Here we go.
The book.
The book. Oh, man. So we know he's not going to gamble on 9. Most certainly. He's going to try to find 6.
Well, you kind of have to because we know that the bow cannot be in level 9. And here's the other thing. The other item in 9 is either the magic boomerang or the white sword, the other one being the other item in 8.
Yep. And I don't think JP dug out 8 completely.
JP is, let's see. JP's going to get the hints.
That's not helpful. I would scum these, you know.
Yeah. This indicates that JP did not see the second item out of 8. Guria grumbles with the red candle. That would have been useful earlier.
Swing and a miss. So now we have to hope for $1 so we can buy the last 10. But I would be safe scumming these just because.
Yeah.
I'm broke. I'm broke.
JP's gonna need one more money in order to buy that hint. JP gets one more money.
Alright, we're going back down.
Oh wait, we're not gonna go buy the other hints, or are we? We're gonna check the spot first, I guess. And hope that it's not a door repair. Nope. Error guards the compass. I didn't realize the compass was in Zelda 2.
Hey! That's what I'm talking about. Bring in Z2. Here we go. Last. Oh, it was $13. I don't know why.
Step over the water to reach the heart container.
That's so worthless. Okay, so we scummed it. Because that's exactly what I was hoping to see. You just scum these bad boys. Ooh. So we know those hints are worthless, so we're gonna check maybe the next hint spot.
Maybe, but there's also this, terrible recorder spot up here at Vanilla 2Q3.
That is true.
He's gonna like to pick up the money. It's our third large secret. Yeah.
Oh man, I'm just waiting on bated breath to see what JP does.
Yeah. Still checking recorder spots, which is good. I would hope that JP doesn't decide to go back to 8.
Yeah, because 8 was kind of sort of big.
And you're just looking for one floor item in there.
Which means you have to kill everything. Those were not kind enemies in 8.
Okay, there's level 1. Oh no.
He's going back to 8, isn't he?
Whistling to 7. So this might be a play to get to the Death Mountain spot faster. So this is fine. And here we go. JP is going to find level 6. This does have the answer.
Yes, it does. Here we go. Not a friendly enemy set, so JP is running on much better with the fairy pickup.
That's a heart container for his efforts.
Yes.
He's now just looking for a stair item.
Yeah, we just run until we see stairs.
Stairs or shutters? Those are the only rooms that you can.
Yep.
Give up the heart to see the shoot room.
Oh, it was worthless. It was worthless. Oh no. That makes you feel even worse.
There's the
And
Triforce.
the bow is kind of deep in there because this was a winding 6, if I remember Digshake doing it. It was not a nice 6. It was very windy and confusing.
Yeah. He's gonna have a luck to keep going through. Does not need to worry about key doors.
Nope.
Patra.
Does need to take on that Patra. Because I do remember Digshake taking that one on. And see, getting the book does make the wand now kind of like a double-edged sword because you can take fire damage.
And Patra is stuck expanding. Oh, JP's gotta be careful. Oh dear.
No! This
Use
is
the last potion.
Oh, this is so feeling bad.
You wanted to save the potion for 9, but you gotta use it on the Patra.
I know, this is bad. This is so bad. Oh no. You know, I think I honestly would have done my max check. Just because the one got nerfed by the book.
And JP is out of the Patra room and right into the fire of the Blue Wizards.
Yes. Blue Wizzies. We're in NSU right now with some orange having fun Wizzies. Yeah, this is what I remember. 6 was not kind at all.
Yeah.
And let's see. Yeah, because we did see Digshake hit this and then had to double back. So but we had the map. Digshake had the map when we saw this, and when we saw him hit that room, it was another case of Rudes. Rudes!
Rudes.
Yes, absolute Rudes! This is Rudes.
Wow, not a single bomb wall along that entire path. You just have to play the Blue Wizards if you want to go back. Or up A.
You have to get real deep into the 6 to find the bow. It wasn't, you know, a hop, skip, and a jump. There's other key doors that can be done right now, but that's not gonna help. It's not gonna help.
Well, the good news is JP does have bombs.
Yeah.
Another
Here we
pattern.
go. Yeah, this was one I remember Digshake doing, but I don't know if the shutter door took him somewhere useful. Also,
Digshake did not do that room. We're here where the silvers are, but it wasn't that particular 5x2 room. There was an easier one to do. I want to say just to the left of this room that has the silvers.
yeah, we're close to the bow. We are close to it.
Yep, there it is. This was it.
But we're not in too good a shape right now. If I was JP, I would take that heart. There we go.
I said silvers, I meant to say bow. It's more common that the silvers are missing compared to the bow, and here it is for JP. The bow out of 6 is now eligible to go and kill me.
Gonna bomb it.
I would have expected burning it.
Yeah, I would have expected some form of retaliation there against the boat being in a terrible, terrible place.
Yep. And now JP is going to head over to level 9. Going to check the magical sword first. Has an 80% chance of being able to pick it up. And can.
Yeah, at least get something for your hardship. At least. Bad enough, had to give up a heart for nothing.
Followed by the game saying, no, it's just in the last dungeon.
Yeah.
So for those that are joining us later on, late in the seed, the difference makers were digshake got the recorder at level 2 on the first dig, and then did not dig level 8 or 7 for the items. In fact, digshake didn't even go into 7 to get the Triforce.
Nope.
Here's the dumb map of 9. So Zelda's under the dash column in the topmost room that's available, and Ganon is over in the southwest corner.
Well, we do have a single banana so far in 9. We saw the yellow banana. Blue banana can be in the second item in 8 or in 9. So we're hoping against hope, but I don't think it is. Also, I think it could be my sword.
Also, nice 9 hint. The silver to kill the beast lies elsewhere. Yeah, it's in my pocket.
Ah, we get the stab. We get the stab for the thanks. I already have it. And right now, JP is should be aiming for those hearts. Yeah, because we're on extremely low health for JP right now. Mm-hmm. And this is not what JP wanted at all. Wanted to be able to have at least a blue medicine on deck when traversing 9. Yeah. Considering it's a lengthy 9. It's not a small baby 9. Yeah. So
and thankfully it doesn't have wish ropes, but what it does have is still pretty tough.
Absolutely. The one saving grace is the fact that the enemies we saw were not those that can take out a whole lot of health at one time. So a tame enemy set, but you really don't want to be in a position where you have to tank too many hits.
Right.
Also would have grabbed that fairy.
Yeah, fairies are generally very helpful. So we know where JP's got to get to.
I don't remember addiction.
That was probably just the boss in the room, though, because this is not where Ganon normally was, based on what we saw earlier.
Yeah, I think that may have been the Gloria. I mean, not the Gloria, the Gleeok.
Yep.
That was doing just Gleeok things. And 2.5 hearts. Oof. But we did see a Dig Dogger. None of these rooms saw with Digshake. I don't remember Digshake seeing a tutor.
I don't remember necessarily, but Ganon is south of this room. And that we know because, well, you hear the roar, and here is the Ganon.
Yeah, because Digshake came in through the shutters.
Yes.
Alright, we have to hope for a stun lock. Does not get it on this shot.
Thankfully, he does have the magical sword, so only 4 hits necessary.
Yeah.
There we go. Now just gotta find your way to Zelda.
Which should be fairly close.
So because she's up in the northeast. I just don't remember what path exactly Digshake took to get there.
Yeah, because Digshake got there relatively quick.
Mm-hmm. It could be just through the stair.
We're dodging the stair?
We're not taking the stair. Now, I don't think Digshake necessarily took that stair either.
I remember him going through the shutter door. I think he did take a stair to get up there, though.
It could have been this one, actually. No. Well,
look at all the TikTokers.
People texting me. We might see a Dig Dogger kill here. Now, to me, it seems like there's multiple ways to get to Zelda.
Maybe. Because we didn't go that way to get to Ganon, so absolutely believe it.
Wait, no, digshake did come into Ganon from that room. Now I remember.
He bombed down?
Yeah, he bombed down. I'm remembering now.
There's the shutter door.
I think both of them checked the shutter door, but I don't know if digshake wants to scare or not. Because it's been a little bit.
Yeah, it has been.
Now, there might be a stair down here that could be there.
I definitely don't remember seeing a manhandler.
No. Whichever way digshake went was not this way.
No.
What's the proper terminology? Did not walk this way?
And imagine, I know he didn't go through a block room.
No.
So
there was another stair that digshake took, probably that lower stair, to get back. Oh, shoot. Well, this might... Oh, no, it's right in the Zelda room. That is her.
Yep, and Zelda. Yeah. And she's not home, just like Ganon.
Ganon needs to seriously invest in some security here.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, here we go. We might find a path this way. Let's see. Depends on if there's a bomb wall or not. It's the right. There is not in this room.
Yes, I'd go down to the other room, try to go right and see what that has to offer.
Yep. You can go north. Who's gonna like to go south first?
Yeah, opts not to do that.
But by going north, there is a shutter door, and it will open. And that will be
Zelda. We found about it the roundabout way, but we are successful. So this is a GG for JP, who has persevered.
And an official time of 1:31:34.
And we will never know what level 9 had if it was a double banana level 9.
Yeah, because there's 2 outstanding items.
Hello, JP. GG's to you.
Thank you.
So the differences were digshake did pull the recorder out of 2 on first trip and did not dig 7 or 8 for items.
1 bomb wall. One bomb wall.
The 1 bomb wall ended up being the difference maker.
I feel humiliated right now, honestly. I feel really humiliated after that. I mean, I know it's not my fault, but it's like, that was not the way I wanted to end this tournament. A full clear like that. Literally a full clear. I saw all 16 hearts. Saw every item except the ones in 9. Saw every overworld spot. Yeah, about as bad as you go.
And really, it was a lot of it just came down to just the luck of things being where we ended up last locationing a whole bunch of stuff. Because both of you guys were playing very well in terms of the combat.
Yeah, it just came down to randoing.
Yeah, I know that. I just, as I've been in a slump the last couple weeks, ever since the loss to Slamu, I've been trying to practice. Just hasn't been going well. I've been sick, so that's been impacting me. And then, yeah, I was hoping at least to have a good one here. And yeah, like, not sure what else to say. Like, it's just like when I pulled that red ring, I was feeling pretty good, and then it just felt like it went all downhill from there.
You both had the red ring at similar times. Like, really, up until the dig of 2, the race was kind of close. The race was pretty close, and then digshake finding the magic bomb wall in 2 ended up being kind of where the things diverged a lot.
Yeah. And when I think part of it too is when I got to 6 dungeons and I was still looking for 3 and 6. I'm like, I just have to dig what I've got. Like I've just got to dig what I've got right now. And I mean, I did think at one point about going back to 2, but at the same time, I'm just kind of like trying to push forward, and you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was mean too as well because it's like I had full bombs going in, but if I want to keep going, I have to use 6 bombs to get past those Dodongos.
Yeah, and then to put a magic bomb wall behind that. Because 2's map was in a really weird spot.
Forget exactly where it was, but it was yeah.
It was behind the magic bomb wall. That's, to me, the key thing.
Well, yeah, it was behind that. Yeah, I mean, so many red herrings, like the power bracelet, the raft. Yeah, hints didn't help when I did get the book. So.
Yep. And at that point, the book was kind of like, oh, well, that's hints in 9. And maybe a hint for where 6 is if you get to play a melody to obtain the thing hint. So a question from me. Did you see both items in 8?
No.
Okay.
I eventually left because it was a floor item, and I had 2 Goma blocks. And I'm like, even though there's a couple of rooms left, I'm like, there's too high of a chance there's a Goma's blocking this, so I just got to leave.
And honestly, Goma probably did block it, because at that point, if Goma's blocking the item and all you need is the bow, does it actually matter what the item is?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I kept clear a little more after the raft, but then it's like, yeah, I just have to assume at some point it's Goma blocked and leave.
Mm-hmm. One item that we know is in 9 was the regular boomerang. We don't know what the other item was.
I mean, as far as I can tell, the only 2 items I didn't see beyond that were White Sword and Magic Boomerang.
Yep, and those are the 2 we don't know.
I was also at the very end ready, like, okay, I went to go get mags. I'm like, can I get a pity mags at least, or are you going to give me one more? You're going to flip me off one more time and say it's a 14 heart max.
And the game said, nope, here's a magical sword. Well,
actually, I probably should have just given up the bomb in 6, but whatever. At that point, I think my mind was out of it. I knew digshake had finished like half an hour ago, and I'm just trying to limp across the finish line.
Mm-hmm. So I would ask the obligatory final thoughts question, but I will ask instead your thoughts on the tournament flags and your experience with the tournament as a whole.
That's a better question for me in a couple days right now. Okay. I'd say.
That's fair.
Because I ended about as badly as I could have, we'll say. Mm-hmm. These last 2 races for me have been, like, I know nobody else will say this, but I feel humiliated. I know nobody else would feel that way. But, I do, because of how my last race went when I basically missed mark 9, and then this one basically absolutely full clearing the seed. So, like, that's why I say it's a better question for a couple days away when I'm in a better mental state and can answer it better.
Yep, not a problem with that at all. And I think with that, we will go ahead and wrap up here. We do want to say thank you to both Digshake and JP for putting on this race for us. We want to say thank you to our tracker, Husky from Pluto, pushing the buttons and making it look like we know where things are. And a thank you to my co-com, Krista Joy, for joining me on this early afternoon race.
It was truly an honor and privilege to be doing that. And I also would like to put in a great big thank you to those who are watching in chat and on the video on demand later. Without your love and support, we wouldn't be here. So thank you so much for spending some time with us.
And with that, that will do it for us on the channel for now. This channel will go live at about 5:30 for another race. With that said, we will see you all then.
All right. Take care. Bye.